Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who this world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, who this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And Rakakwadash is the true name of the Holy Spirit, Rakakwadash meaning Spirit, Holy in Paleo-Hebrew, and Bahashem is a phrase in the Paleo-Hebrew language meaning in the name, and of course the Paleo-Hebrew language. And as usual, I want to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders, especially of Great Millstone, who rule and teach 100% truth well, and shalom unto the hopeful elect. And today, of course, before I really start, as usual, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are the one and only true names that we are to be calling on in these perilous times in order to be eligible to receive salvation. So today, pretty much, this is just an indoor camp lesson. All right, usually when I do this, it's just really more so recent news and prophecy. All right, that's what it is, recent news and prophecy. Okay, so 3 topics: famine of the word, Jake takes the MOTB, Mark of the Beast, and advertises it, and more wickedness Pride Parade. All right, Pride Parade in Israel. Okay. All right, so I'll just go right into it. Okay. Okay, so this is the first one. All right, and this one is related to Canada. All right, Canadian Senate passes bill removing religious defense from hate speech law. Okay. Canada's Senate in early June approved legislation that removes a decades-old criminal code protection for good faith religious expression based on sacred texts, advancing a measure widely seen by faith communities as a direct threat to the public proclamation of Christian teaching on marriage, sexuality, and human nature. Okay. All right. The Combating Hate Act, known as Bill C-9, cleared the upper house on June 4 by a 45-13 vote with 2 abstentions. It now returns to the House of Commons, which passed the bill in March for final approval of Senate amendments before royal assent introduced by Justice Minister Sean Fraser. The legislation repeals Section 3193B- a safeguard in place since the 1970s, shielding those who in good faith express opinions on a religious subject or based on belief in religious texts such as the Bible. Okay, and Salakia, I think I might have to find a new article. Here we go, found this one. Okay. So, the act outlaws the willful promotion of hatred, such as displays of the Nazi Haken Karuz and symbols of listed terrorist entities, among other hate symbols that so nearly resemble them. The act also creates 2 new intimidation and obstruction offenses, banning all activities that impede or obstruct access to religious and cultural institutions. It defines intimidation as any conduct with the intent to provoke a state of fear. Okay. And amen. Of course, they are going to use this to target the prophets, man, the prophets of the Lord. And you may say, well, this is Canada, not the U.S., and you would be right. But stuff like this is going to spread to the U.S., okay? And regardless, there's still brothers in Canada anyways, okay? All right, because the main focus is America, all right? The majority, a lot of Israelites are in Babylon, the Great America. It's prophesied to be that way. But the Bible also prophesies that we would be scattered, okay? And yes, we are scattered in America, okay? Because we were scattered from our land, so being in America, that still counts as being scattered. But regardless, we would be scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. We are not just in America. We are in Canada, etc. South America, Russia. Pretty much anywhere, man. Okay, and that doesn't mean that the Israelites are the majority over there. No, but again, we are all over the place, man. Okay. All right. When adopting the bill, Senators Christopher Wells and Wanda Thomas Bernard emphasized the importance of the bill as the country has witnessed an increase by 169% in hate crimes between 2018 and 2024. Bernard added that the last-minute amendment is important to black people in Canada, as the noose is commonly used symbol of white supremacy with the intent to imitate the black community. Okay, really. It's not for that, man. It's for the prophets, which technically they're just hurting you Israelites, man. Okay, all right. By trying to block off the prophets, man. But regardless, it's prophesied that eventually there would be a famine of the word. Conservative Senator Yona Martin, who voted against the bill, argued that removing the statutory defense risks criminalizing good faith religious practice. Okay, but they didn't care. She maintained that the clarification provision fails to distinguish willful promotion of hatred and good faith expressions. Josh DeHaas, Canadian Constitutional Foundation's interim legislation director suggested that citing the Bible passage Leviticus 20 and 13, and speaking of that, that next third topic, okay, one that views homosexual relations as an abomination may lead to criminal charges in certain contexts. However, he opened that the citation alone is unlikely to constitute an offense. Okay, well, are you sure? All right, but regardless, man, regardless, okay, there's still other aspects too, man. Okay, they're gonna constitute other aspects as a hate crime too. Okay, all right. You say it's wrong, well, hate crime, this and that. All right, that's Esau rules, man. Okay, all right. May lead to criminal charges in certain contexts. However, he opened that opined, not opened. He opined that the citation alone is unlikely to constitute an offense. Government Representative Pierre Moreau and the Federal Minister of Justice Sean Fraser have both reaffirmed that ordinary religious practices can never constitute a hate crime and thus require no such statutory defense. But they're still going to target prophets, man. 1990, the Supreme Court of Canada approved the willful promotion of hatred offense. The majority found that the prosecution must satisfy a stringent mental threshold to prove willfulness, and that hatred covers only the most severe and deeply felt form of opprobrium. Okay, I just searched it up. Opprobrium is a formal noun that refers to very strong public criticism, censure, or the state of disgrace resulting from a shameful or highly inappropriate act. Okay. So, another word, disgrace, infamy. Okay, so let's see. Key aspects of the word. All right. It describes both the act of being shamed publicly and the feeling of contempt that the public directs towards a person who acted shamefully. Okay. The politician faced severe public opprobrium after the scandal was exposed. The company's decision to dump waste in the river brought widespread opprobrium upon its executives. Okay, so let's see. So must satisfy a stringent mental threshold to prove willfulness, and that hatred covers only the most severe and deeply felt form of I forgot to pronounce it already. Opprobrium. Okay. Alright, so hey, I know. Okay, hey, but we make these certain acts to be, we expose these certain actions to be wicked, man. Okay, we expose that LGTV, that's wicked. That's something to be put to death for. Okay, we expose many other acts such as adultery, this and that. Okay, all right, so hey, but regardless, Esau, he doesn't care. He wants the prophets gone, man. Okay, he wants the prophets gone. That's it. Okay. All right. That's also why that's also part of the reason why the persecution is gonna come too, man. Okay. The prophets are gonna be labeled as domestic teas, man. When the government first tabled the bill, civil liberties groups warned that the new obstruction and intimidation offenses are overly broad. They could undesirably impact marginalized communities through disproportionate surveillance and racial profiling practices. A joint letter in October 2025 suggested that the bill may unintentionally ban members of an identifiable group from protesting outside their own institutions. Parliament has adopted conservative lawmaker Roman Baber's amendment to require provincial approval before prosecution to mitigate the risk. Okay, so that's it, man. All right, so hey, pretty much, man. If you move for promotion of hatred, well, who are they gonna label as doing that? The prophets, man. Okay, all right, the prophets, man. Okay, because we speak out against the weakness. We rebuke it, man. Okay, that's our job, man. Cry aloud, spare not. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins, man. Okay, and NLT, shout with the voice of a trumpet blast. Shout aloud. Don't be timid. Tell my people Israel of their sins. Okay, all right. Right, let me see if there's another one. Okay, so like it. All right. Never mind. But so hey, we gotta show the house of Jacob their sins, man. Okay, and sometimes that involves rebuke too. Okay, and of course, America essentially it already has a similar one of its own equivalent, man. Okay, NSPM-7. All right, let's get 2 Esdras 5. Oops, Apocrypha. 2 Esdras. 2 Esdras 5. Nevertheless, as coming to tokens, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon earth. Oops, lucky. I didn't even read Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh. Okay. All right. So eventually that's going to come. Okay. The true understanding that's going to be locked away. All right. Well, or the preaching. All right. Okay. Because those who already have the true understanding, well, they're going to keep it. Okay. All right. You're going to have what you have, man. That's it. Okay. All right. But you're not going to be able to, get any more. Okay. All right, you're not going to be able to go to the prophets and get any more. Okay, and they shall wander from sea to sea and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh and shall not find it. Okay, hey, they're not going to be able to find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. Thirst for what? The word. All right, the word is likened unto water many times, man. So it's thirst for the word. Okay, all right, they're going to want answers, man. All right, because especially with these times to come, these people, they are going to want answers, and they're gonna look for answers, but soon enough, man, they're not gonna be able to find it. Okay, but the prophets, they've been given the answers of what's gonna happen. Okay, all right, saying before it happens, but well, if these people didn't listen, it is what it is. Okay. Nevertheless, as coming to tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. All right, much death, man. Okay, because that's what the Lord is sending: death and destruction, man. Evils and only evils, man. Okay, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. All right, the way of truth is going to be hidden, man. Okay, all right. In fact, let me see if I can get some. All right, Romans 10 and 14. Verse 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Okay, that name is important. First step. Okay. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? Okay. Because these Christians, they preach God and Jesus, but that's not the Most High. Okay. You're not hearing of the true power. Okay. And how shall they hear without a preacher? So you need a preacher. Okay. And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that are, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. Okay, all right, but they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah, aka Isaiah, saith, Lord, who hath believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. Okay. Okay, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. All right, hey, the word is all over the place, man. Okay, all right. Word has been being preached for decades, man. But especially with the internet now, it's aka the unicorn. Now it's all over the place. Okay, but I mean, if you still haven't heard it, well, faith cometh by hearing. All right, you got to hear. All right, if the Lord wills, all right, that builds the faith, man. Okay, he activates the faith. Okay, and then eventually your faith produces work. All right, but if there's no preachers in the first place, which is essentially the feminine of the word, it's gonna, well, I don't know, there's not going to be any more prophets, out on the highways and byways. Well, you can't get it in the first place, man. Okay, so you're going to be locked out, man. All right, the way of truth is going to be hidden. Okay, all right, that spiritual arc is going to close, and you're not going to be able to get in, man. Well, that's why. Well, that's why you got to make the most of your time and listen, study. All right, do what you can. Okay, all right, but listen, man. All right, watch. Okay, watch the elders, apostles. All right, and well, learn. Okay, while you still can. Ephesians 5:16. Verse 15, but really the point is 16. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. All right, have your head on a swivel. But here's the main point: redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And the NLT, make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Okay, so make the most, man. All right. So let's see if I can go into the word redeeming. If it's redeeming, to redeem. Let's see. To make wise and sacred use of every opportunity for doing good, so that zeal and well-doing are as it were the purchase money by which we make the time our own. Okay. So yeah, okay. Alright, so again, just essentially make the most of your time, man. Okay. Alright, and of course the Bible also says, blessed is he that readeth, man. Read too. Okay. But hey, man, when the prophets are gone, well, they're gone. Okay, all right. The Lord's gonna hide them. He's gonna protect them. Okay, isn't that all right? Because persecution is getting ready to come. Okay, all right. John 1, But as for us, John 9:4, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. All right, the night is coming when we're not going to be able to go out onto the highways and byways, do this and that. Okay, we're not going to be in a host on the internet. This is gonna, soon enough, man. The internet's going to be gone too. All right, or a simple EMP could cause that. Whatever. Okay, so hey, you're not going to just be able to go online either. Okay. The night cometh when no man can work. The night's gonna come when we're not gonna be able to send out lessons anymore. Not gonna be able to go out onto the highways and byways. So, so if any of you have been slacking, well, get up, man. Okay, all right, get on fire. Okay, cause hey, the time is coming where you're not gonna be able to build your resume anymore. Okay, all right. So hey, now that's also for people who are deciding if they should preach out onto the highways or byways, and if they're able, man. Okay, if you're able, well, really, you should go. Okay, all right, as long as it's your lot, man. Okay, because the Lord, He didn't give us the knowledge for nothing, man. All right, Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Okay, all right, because hey, they are going to label the Bible as hate. That's it, man. That's obvious. They are going to label the Bible as hate. Okay, it's not to make people be in their nice, cute feelings. It's not to save them of their hurt. No, it's to get rid of the prophets. That's what it is for. Okay, it's to block the prophets, muffle them, and get rid of them. Okay, it's not to save people of their feelings, man. You don't care. You don't give a shit about people's feelings, man. Okay, you don't give a shit about people in general, man. Okay, all right, but that's what this is packaged as, man. All right, to keep the peace, this and that, man. But hey, listen, man, the prophets, they've been warning. Okay, they've been no, hey, no, it's lucky. All right. The prophet's been warning us that stuff like this would happen. So hey, now we see it and with our own eyes, man. Okay, it's only a matter of time. It really is. Okay, all right. Let's get John 6:68. Oops. Okay, but hey, these words are important, man. Okay, so get them while you still can. I should have put this earlier, but it's fine. Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. In the NOT, Simon Peter replied, Lord, to whom would we go? You have the words that give eternal life, man. So get this water while you still can. All right, drink this water while you still can, because these words they lead to eternal life. Okay, and they will also be Isaiah 30:26. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay, all right, more specifically the knowledge of the word, man. Okay, all right, this word. All right, because these people, they're going to be bugging out, trying to find out what's going on. But the prophets, well, they're going to be fine. Okay, focus on the Lord, and that's it. Okay, all right, they're going to know how to escape, by trusting in the Lord. But these people, well, if they do attempt to trust in their God, well, it's not going to be the true power. It's not going to be Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Probably going to be some false god like Buddha, your God. They don't even know the name is just God, or Allah or whatever. All right, whatever they make up, man. Okay. Okay, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is His treasure. Okay. All right. Okay. So hey, it's gonna keep us stable, man. But these people, they are not gonna be stable, man. They're gonna be bugging out trying to find out what's happening, and they're not gonna know. Okay. And they're gonna be bugging out trying to think of what's happening to them on the prophets. They're just gonna be trusting in the Lord. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, but I think there was something else I wanted to get. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Okay? A persecution is coming, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them in the Gentiles. Okay? Hey. Alright, soon enough, man. Okay, this is gonna happen. We're gonna be persecuted. Alright, that persecution is coming. Okay, we're gonna be hated of all men for Yahweh Shai's namesake. Okay? And hey, we're gonna be delivered up, to these higher ranking individuals, man. Okay, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Okay, so it doesn't. So hey, don't worry about that, man. All right, the Spirit's just gonna give us utterance of whatever we need to say. Okay, for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Okay. Of course, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. That's what's coming too. Okay, betrayal, man. All right. You know, Esau is gonna be, especially remark this domestic teas. Are you gonna have some brothers, families that they may turn them in. Okay, all right, but hey, always trust in the Lord no matter what. Okay, ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. That's the key, enduring unto the end. Okay, so that was famine of the word. On to the next one, which is Jake. I originally put dumb Jake, but I mean, yeah, it is stupid. Jake takes the MOTB and advertises it. So this one's going to be a video. Let me get it real quick. Alright, here it is, titled, and this is by once again the brother Shamar Amath, 144,000%. Okay, he has a lot of these good shorts. Alright, about recent news and prophecy that's going on. Okay, Jake pimping for Neuralink the MOTB first generation users. Hashtag Yahweh and hashtag Yahweh Shai and so on. Okay, alright, so here I got this Jake. Okay, actually I'm gonna play it. All right, of course I put it at the end so it just restarts. Okay, because you can't really. It's hard to really put a YouTube video short at the beginning, without having it restart. But let's just play it. Okay, fair use, fair use. Do you have any side effects? No, I don't have any side effects. In fact, let me see if there's captions real quick.
Did that take you? That took me about a week. And then you went home and... I practiced at home. And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is? The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with...
See, there it is. All right, he's advertising it, man. Okay? All right, he's advertising, the so-called benefits, man, because the MOTB is going to be able to do some stuff like, give sight to the blind, this and that. All right, fix spinal cord injuries. Yeah, but again, the elect don't need that first off, because and you may say, well, what if some of the elect are injured? And hey, some of the elect may have some disabilities, okay? But well, Yahweh Shai he's gonna come with healing in his wings, man. Okay, in fact, let me get that. Okay, Malachi 4:1. And behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All right, that's the day of the Lord. Yeah, and all the proud, yeah, and all that the weakly, which that's just Jake right there, because this is the ultimate deed of wickedness, man. Taking the mark of the beast. All right. What's he gonna be? Shall be stubble. Okay. Okay, shall be stubble, man. All right, gonna be burnt. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. All right, gonna be burnt up. Because that's the fate of these people who take the MOTB. So if the Lord Yahweh of hosts that it shall leave them near the root nor branch. Okay. All right, gonna get burnt up, man. Okay. Turn into sand. All right, no, not literally. All right, but you're gonna be part of the great desert of Babylon, the great America, because that's what it's gonna become. Okay, Malachi 4:2. All right, so but this is for the elect. But unto you that fear my name, the elect. Okay, because the elect, they truly fear the name of the Lord. All Israelites fear the Lord, but the elect, well, they clearly are the ones that apply it. Okay, this is just talking about the elect. Okay, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness. That's talking about Yahweh Shai. Arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Okay, all right. So hey, all right, Yahweh is gonna come with right and with healing in his wings, and of course, we're gonna get the new bodies, okay, same day, and we're gonna have the new covenant as well. Okay, we're gonna be immortals, man. We're gonna get the new bodies. We're not gonna have no broken legs, no spinal cord injuries, no limbs, no. We're not gonna have non-functioning legs, okay, or blindness, bad vision. We're gonna have better vision than even the healthiest person, because we're gonna get extraterrestrial bodies. We're not gonna just be restored to immortal humans. We're gonna be upgraded, man. Okay, there's a difference. All right. Of course, we're gonna get spiritual power. Okay, but hey, we're not gonna need none of this, man. None of the stuff he's advertising. But again, that's the thing. That's the thing. He Esau's gonna use people like this to advertise it, man, and push it out. But let's continue.
Epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mouth. Have you seen it? Yeah, I have. It's actually pretty cool. Is it like a
microchip.
So I'm curious about the device itself, you know, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it? It was a process, you know, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me in my head. Can you show us? Can you show me where? Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more.
And you got some comments through. Jake, you're done. All right. Okay, so you saw it, man. All right. You know, you got Jake being an idiot. All right, taking it because it's cool, and well, now he's doomed. Is what it is. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. Sottish means stupid, by the way. They are wise to do evil, all right, but to do good they have no knowledge. Okay. And the NLT, they are clever enough at doing wrong. Okay, and I mean, hey, that's a 2/3 in general, man. Okay, they're clever enough at doing wrong, but they have no idea how to do right. Okay, alright, they're better at doing wrong than right, man. Okay, and they sottish means stupid. Okay, they are stupid children. The NLT says. Okay, alright, hey, if this man knew the Lord, he would not take that shit, man. But he didn't. Yeah, because he doesn't. Alright, you know. But that's our people, man. And a lot of some of our people, they're going to fall for that shit. They will. Alright, because the Lord will send people a strong delusion. Okay, alright, He will. Isaiah 39 that this is a rebellious people, lying children. Alright, hey, rebellious man, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh. Okay, but say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceit. So they don't want to listen to their prophets. They want them to just stop, man. Okay, all right. Okay, they want the prophets to prophesy unto us unto them lies. You know, the feel good message. All right, because the prophets we preach both sweet and bitter. Okay, because that's the Bible. We preach the Bible, which the Bible is both sweet and bitter. Okay, but in terms of prophecy, well, for this world, it's mostly bitter. Okay, for the next world, well, it's sweet. All right. I'm not saying this world will get destroyed. Earth will not get destroyed, but this world, you know, this eon, man. Okay, this age, man. Okay. All right. But these people, they don't want to hear the bitter. All right. All right, and the sweet is not enough for them, man. All right, so lucky for the interruption. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Okay. All right, you know, well, really, okay, it's not that the sweet part is not enough for them. It's just they want the sweet only. Okay. All right. Or more, or even better for them, they want lies, man. Okay. They want lies. They just want lies, man. They don't want the truth. They want lies, man. Okay. They want the feel good message. You know, you do comments out will this and that. Okay. They don't want to put any effort. They don't want any consequences. No, that's not the way the Lord works, man. He's a balanced power. Okay. Verse 11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Okay, in the NOT. Forget all this gloom. Get off your narrow path. Stop telling us about your Holy One of Israel. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear, man. Okay, they don't want to do their own thing. And then they'll say, no, I'll deal with the consequences. Yeah, no, Jake, you're not going to deal with the freaking consequences, man. You're going to be screaming. Okay? Alright, because, hey, that's a lot of these people, man. Okay, they think they're tough. They think they're tough enough to handle whatever the Lord is gonna throw at them as punishment, man. Okay, I do my own thing and I'm gonna take the punishment. It's not worth it, man. Your first few moments you're going to be regretting it, man. You're going to be absolutely regretting you did not turn to the Lord. Okay. All right. When those missiles sound, you're gonna be scared as hell, man. Okay. All right. Okay, you're gonna wish you're gonna wish that you were reborn, all right, as a baby, and that from the day you could learn, your parents taught you the way of the Lord. Okay, all right, that's it. Okay, and technically that's what's gonna happen because you know you're gonna be reincarnated through the loins of the elect men, and well, you're gonna be righteous. You are going to be raised up in the ways of the Lord. Okay, but I meant that that you could like turn back time and then you get all right. Let's get to Thessalonians 2:8. Okay. Oops. Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, and that wicked, that's Esau, Edom. Okay, all right. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and that's what he describes as, the all the fancy stuff. Well, it's not fancy, but the
biggest benefit is that it's going to help
benefits.
people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna help you with depression and anxiety if it doesn't mess with your brain, man. Like, come on, man. Okay. All right. Hey, it's gonna mess with a lot of people's brains. Okay. All right. Lord knows what's gonna happen to people, to whoever's brains takes it, man. Okay. Verse 10. And fall deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay, they don't love the truth. Okay, they didn't love the truth. That's it. Okay. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Okay. Hey, that's it. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah is going to send a lot of you people strong delusions, and that's it. Okay, many strong delusions for you. Okay, that you should believe a lie, and that you would be led astray. Okay, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, that's it, man. Okay, all right, and this Jake. All right, hey, this Jake is one of many, man, that to come. Okay, all right. But hey, if these people are gonna be rebellious, is what it is. That's it. Okay, well, they're gonna take the consequences. And hey, you sow iniquity, you reap death. You sow to the flesh, you reap death. That's it. You sow to iniquity, well, you're gonna get it back. Okay, all right, all right. 2 Corinthians 2:11. The Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, all right. Okay, and Esau's the man is coming against after the working of Satan, man. And his devices, essentially, he says plans, his thoughts, all right, okay. And I don't take words as evil schemes, which that fits too, okay? All right. So, hey, we're not ignorant of Esau's plans and the ways he does stuff, man. Okay, the ways he tries to deceive. Okay. Okay, we're not ignorant of that, man. All right. Okay, and hey, because Esau, he's gonna use Jakes like these and celebrities too. Okay, especially celebrities. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, that guy a few weeks ago, probably a month at this point. All right, but regardless, man, recent. All right, recently he made a video including the microchip, man. Okay, it was there. I think it was the Neuralink. All right, it was like what, future technologies from least expensive to most expensive. The stuff he always does, but it was there. I believe it was what, like the $10,000 option or something. All right, hey, but it's there, man. Okay, and Esau's gonna be using more people to get it good publicity, man, to deceive people into thinking it's good, and a lot of people are going to just fall for it, and that's the way it is, man. Okay, because hey, the Lord's gonna send him strong delusions. That's it. All right, if he doesn't want you to live, he doesn't want you to be of the elect, well, you take it. That's it. Okay, too bad. All right, it is what it is, man. Okay. Sirach 2 and 12. No. Sirach 12 and 10. Okay. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. You're not supposed to trust your enemy, man. Because Esau's the one that's going to be pushing this, man. Okay. But a lot of people, they're still going to trust in their enemy, because that's just kind of how the 2/3 of our people go, man. All right. They trust in Egypt, and hey, that's how they roll. All right. Isaiah 30. Oops. Isaiah, let's see, 30. Woe to the rebellious Judah warned against Egyptian allies. And Egypt, sometimes when the Bible says Egypt, it's actually talking about America, because America, aka Babylon the Great, is spiritually Sodom in Egypt. Okay, well, to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Okay, all right. Now walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Okay, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. All right, hey, they trust in Egypt, man. Okay, they trust in America, Babylon the Great. They trust in Esau, Edom. They trust in their enemy. Okay, They trust in it, man. Hey, is this not trusting in Egypt? Okay. Instead of trusting in the Lord, you trust in Egypt, man. Okay. And a lot of people, they're going to turn to that, man. Okay. Hey, you're going to get the consequences. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay. All right, NLT, verse 2. For without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt for help. You have put your trust in Pharaoh's protection. You have tried to hide in his shame. By trusting Pharaoh, you will be humiliated, and in worse, really just burnt, okay? Vaporized. And by depending on him, you will be disgraced, okay? All right, the Lord does not take that lightly. Isaiah 31. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh. Okay? No, they don't trust in the Lord. They don't seek him, man. Okay, they're like the ones that say to the seers, say not to the prophets, prophesy unto us smooth things, man. Stop seeing, the bad stuff. Stop, give us the good stuff. Okay? Alright. They don't want the truth. Okay? Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Okay? Now the Egyptians are men, and not the Most High, and the horse is flesh, and not spirit. Okay? When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that hopeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. You want to join yourself with Esau? Want to be a part of his beast system? Okay, and worship the beast and take his mark? Well, you fall with him. You fall with the beast too. That's it. Good riddance. Goodbye. Okay. And the NLT, for these Egyptians are mere humans, not the Most High. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirits. Okay, by trusting in Esau, you're literally trusting in the weakling side, man. All right, because Esau, he's nothing compared to the Lord. Who gave Esau power? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Who gave Esau rulership? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, who gave Esau this and that? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's it. Who controls Esau? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. There's your answer, man. Okay, you're puny flesh. Okay, all right. For these Egyptians are mere humans, not the Most High. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirits, man. Okay, all right. You're trusting in the carnal rather than the spiritual, man. The spiritual is much stronger than the carnal, by the way. Obviously, when the Lord Yahweh raises his fist against them, those who help will stumble, and those being helped will fall. They will all fall down and die together. You're just gonna die with them. Okay, that's it. Okay, and hey, that's how it's gonna go for this guy, man. Okay, this guy too. He's gonna die with Esau. Wants to be a part of Neuralink. Join with them. Well, he dies with them too. Bye bye. Okay. Now let's get Zechariah 13 and 8. Okay. Alright. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. That's talking about 1/3, 2/3 in the land. Um, that's Babylon the Great America, man. Okay, and this is an example of a 2/3, man. He's gonna be cut off and die. He's gonna be left behind when those missiles hit, and that's it. He's gonna die. He's gonna freaking die. But the remnant, they are not gonna take the mark of the beast, as they are going to be kept from the hour of temptation, which is when the mark of the beast is made mandatory. Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay. So, hey, that hour of temptation is when the mark of the beast is made mandatory, man. The remnant, they're going to be kept because they are the ones who keep the word of the Lord's patience. And this is Yahweh Shai himself speaking, evident by the red letters. Okay. All right. So, hey, they're going to be kept from the hour of temptation. But the 2/3, well, yeah, they're just going to be given over into it, man. Okay. Some actually may resist, but that's not enough, man. You need to win, not just resist. Okay. All right. So, hey, it's gonna lead to a lot of people that are going to fail. Really, all the non-elect are just gonna fail. That's it. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead. Okay, that mark is something physical. It's a microchip, man. Okay, there's many breakdowns on it, but we believe it because it is. All right, the elders and apostles, they've studied it. It is the microchip implant. Okay, it's not sin, because how does he cause you to technically taking the mark of the beast is a sin, but it's ultimate act of evil. But sin itself, how is it sin? Sin is something that you don't interact with sin. It's just something you just do. Okay, if you eat pork, well, you sin. Okay, because sin is transgression of the law. That's it. Okay, so but you can't grab sin. You can't grab sin and throw it away and say I have no sin. No, okay, all right, just something. Okay, all right. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or on their foreheads. Okay, it's really just anywhere. It's not mark. It's not right. It's not just right hand. Or it's not just forehead. No, I mean, those are common places where it's gonna be. Okay, but it's really anywhere. And two common examples of the mark of the beast is Neuralink right here, and also like an RFID microchip, man. Yes, there's gonna be multiple so-called variations, but essentially it's the microchip implant because that's what it really is. Okay, all right. All the extra stuff, that's just different names placed upon it, and that no man might buy or sell save it that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's gonna escalate from this, but really, at first it was something more hidden. Okay, not many people knew about it, but now it escalates to this, okay, then to greater advertisement, and then just full on being mandatory to the point where you're not going to be able to buy and sell, okay? These are going to set up the digital infrastructure, man. Okay, the digital currency. All right, physical money is not going to matter. All right, and in order to access that digital currency or to get it, to buy and sell, all right, do really interact at all with society. Okay, because without it, you're essentially just going to be locked out of society. Okay, all right, you're going to need that market the beast. Okay, and that's really the what is it? What's the saying? Is it the straw that broke the camel's back? Okay, because a lot of people, they can resist the advertising. All right, because a lot of people, they already have some sort of apprehension from the idea of a microchip implant, man. Okay, it's weird and good. All right, because it is weird, it's wicked, but all right, and it also goes against one of the laws, and I believe Leviticus. All right, thou shalt make no cuttings upon your flesh. Okay, all right, but which also condemns tattoos. Okay, but but regardless, man, a lot of people's apprehension, that's not gonna win over when it boils down to verse 17, man. But for the elect, you're first off, the Bible says, "My servant shall eat, but ye shall starve." Okay, all right. So hey, the elect are gonna eat, man. The Lord is going to provide for them in however way He does, man. Okay, in however way He will. Okay, so expect miracles, man. Don't trust in Esau. Okay. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Okay, let's go into that word 666. I'll skip this and go right here. All right.
Strong's G 4742. Stigma. Stigma.
A mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. And there are even some devotees who stamp themselves in this way with the token of the gods. So essentially, you're saying Esau's your master, which, I mean, you already got Jake, freaking supporting master. All right, but on a deeper level, you're saying that Esau is your god. Okay, which also is what, well, he's doing. Okay, even unknowingly. Okay, so that's it, man. You're saying Esau is your god. You're saying that you don't need Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Rather you choose Esau. That you rather choose the creation from the creator, which sounds very stupid when you put it that way, because it is. Okay, all right, and we know how the Lord deals with stuff like that, man. All right, it does not please him at all. Revelation 14:9. Okay. Doomed for worshippers of the beast. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of the torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay, so hey, you're gonna be cast into that lake of fire. And when it says forever, it doesn't mean forever. It just means long time. Okay, all right, just means a long time. Okay, but you're gonna be cast into that lake of fire. You're not gonna escape the missiles. You're gonna be in them, man. Okay. All right. Proverbs 22:3 NLT. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes on blindly and suffers the consequences. This guy is a simpleton, man. He went on blindly, and soon enough, he's going to suffer the consequences, man. Okay? Alright, that's it, man. Okay, because this mark of the beast is going to be made mandatory across all the earth, man. Okay, but the simpleton, he passed on, he went on, instead of foreseeing the evil, instead of listening to the prophets too, okay, he went on blindly, and now he's going to be punished soon enough, okay? But if that was, Jake takes MLTB and advertises it, I could have added more, but actually, I kind of, essentially, I have to continue this tomorrow, so I'm gonna end this right now. But Lord willing, this was edifying so far, and it will be edifying tomorrow too. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Makakwadash. Shalom wa abad babal. Shalom.